This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams. It is May 15th, 2020. We're performing a drain line, waste line, and sewer line inspection through the laundry clean out right behind the wash machine and dryer area. We are at 9855 Calvin Avenue, Northridge, California, 91324. And we're going to begin running our mini cam through the clean out in an attempt to get out to the city sewer, or at least locate a mainline clean out outside. We could not visibly locate a mainline clean out. There may be one buried. We looked all around the house, and the only clean outs that we could find were the kitchen sink clean out and this laundry clean out. We're going to attempt to get through this laundry clean out. We're going to zero out our camera right now. We're zeroed out, and this is the laundry room, and there's the portico between the house and the garage, and this is the rest of the laundry room. We're going to begin running through the clean out now, see if we can get out. Sometimes we can. It appears to be an older cast iron clean out. Got a little bit of debris in there. Not terrible. Let's see if we can make this turn. That was a difficult time. I'm going to run some water for a moment. We've got a large amount of water running through. Try and help us push through. Very difficult. Pause the mic for a moment. Okay, we got it down into the waistline. We're gonna push through a little bit, try and get out to the front of the house, and then we'll go ahead and shut down the water and locate Yeah. Flip it back. Okay, we're going to locate this spot. Okay, we're going to try and just push out with water running. We did not locate a mainline clean out. It goes right under a bush and a very large tree at the right front corner of the house, adjacent to the garage area. So we're going to run out now and try and get all the way out to the city sewer if we can. Then we'll shut down our water and we'll pull back.
A lot of root intrusion right there. Made a little turn. Just made a little bit of a turn.
Okay, we're going to pause the mic for a moment. pulling back.
She'll put it in
Right,
perspective.
right where we're at right now is out in the yard at
6 foot 1 inches.
6 foot 1 inches deep. We marked it with an orange flag. Out in the middle of the yard on the left-hand side of the house. Gonna begin pulling back, and you'll see we're hitting a very, very large offset right here, and it's holding water back too. And there's a major shift in the pipe, and there's a major root intrusion. See where you see the entire face of the pipe right here? See this part? You shouldn't see that. See, on this side you don't see anything. That's because it shifted the way I told you it shifted. I think this might be the 4 to 6 inch connection going from your 4-inch pipe to the city sewer 6-inch vitreous clay, but you own that as well to the middle of the street. And not only that, but you see that there's a lot of little critters in there when we first turned on. And that's a sign generally of where there's intrusion coming from the exterior, where there's dirt coming in, and so there may be a cavity opened in there. Pull back a little bit more from there. That's probably that T right at the 4-inch to 6-inch transition. And this piece up here looks like a large root. Looks like a good sized feeder root. And then you have the smaller ones that ball out inside. But it's hard to tell until you get it opened up and cleaned out. There's more root intrusion in here as well. Those are small feeder roots. Those aren't terrible. Those can actually be cleaned up with Root X with a chemical. Flush down the toilet periodically. Maybe once every 6 months, once a year. Then we're coming back and there's more roots. And there's the feeder root. Let's see if I can push it just a little bit. See that one root? That's the large feeder root. And then all the small ones come off of that. And then we've got more roots in the joint before it. And there's another offset right here that's shifted again. Not terrible, doesn't look like it's broken. We can't tell completely because we can't see the entire joint without cleaning it out, hydrojetting it. But I don't see any major break right there. Now we're coming back. Yeah, and this is a pretty good joint where you see a little tiny bit of the joint right down here and you see a little bit up there. That's a pretty flush joint. That looks pretty good. And coming back. Then we got more root intrusion in that joint. And then we have a lot more root intrusion in that joint. Kind of hard to see because we're in the turn. There's more root intrusion in that turn. And I think this is the turn that picks up the kitchen.
Yeah, that's should be right up the front.
What I want to do is locate that area real quick for me and mark it. And I'm going to go turn the kitchen on just to see if the kitchen comes through here. Because if you go to even replace the line, you'd have to dig where this turn is and where it picks up the kitchen. You would have 3 holes. One here at the front of the house. One at the connection where we were at that T, where he was out there further, and then one back here where the other orange flag was, if this is the kitchen line, which I believe it is. I'm going to go run it real quick.
Is this common, roots like this?
Yeah, it happens. And then basically what the roots I'm not so much worried about is the offset. Because, and sometimes what they do is they put a sleeve that goes inside the pipe and it basically,
Smooths everything out.
smooths everything out. You know, but this sounds like it's over, I was talking about the sleeve, you know, that sometimes they do the sleeve, but this might not work in this situation.
But even then,
Yeah.
it's more expensive. The sleeve is the liner.
The sleeve is more expensive?
Yeah, the liner is much more costly per foot than the trenchless pipe is.
What's trenchless pipe?
Trenchless is like we would dig a hole here, dig a hole there, and then dig a hole at the furthest point. From here to that other flag, we pull a new line through the old one. We pulled a very, very thick plastic line through the clay, same diameter pipe.
So it's like a liner?
No,
Oh, it's not.
because we have what, it looks like an aluminum football with fins on it. Going through on a steel cable hydraulically at 4,500 PSI, which is a lot. So it pulls it through and it breaks the clay out into the earth and then pulls the same diameter plastic line through there. This plastic line is almost impenetrable, period. Where the liner, they're only giving 3-year warranties now because of the fact that they don't hold up.
Okay,
that
so
well.
definitely don't want a
No,
liner.
I would put a liner.
Yeah. Hi,
Keeps
this
that
is
4 inches
Amber. Michael and
Hi
Glenn.
Amber, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Welcome to the video show of
Let me see if I can push you in just a little
the
bit.
basically line from the house to the public
So like
sewer,
sewer.
I guess, in the street. The homeowners are responsible for their public
Yeah.
lines. I mean, they're the lines that go out to the street. Once it hits the street, it's the city's
City's problem.
problem. Got it.
See that turn? Was it? So you got water coming through from the kitchen.
Okay.
So that's,
So
what
it's
they
what
did
you
is
got.
instead of like a lot of times, which doesn't make sense to me, a lot of builders will come all the way across the house to the cleanout. Instead, they went straight out. A lot better. A lot better. If you
And I
ever
mean,
had
this is
to-
1955
Yeah,
or 65.
yeah,
Okay.
but still, even then,
Yeah.
I used to get them where they come all the way across. You have to saw that all the way across the house. If you
Oh.
do it this way, there's a good chance that if you ever had to replace that cast iron line into the slab, we could dig up by the kitchen and dig up outside and pull a brand new trench to line all the way out too. It's a lot better, a lot better. So I'm gonna shut this water off. We're gonna-
I can, you want me to?
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna keep pulling back. Now we had roots in that turn. You marked it at, what was it?
3 foot 5 inches.
3 foot 5 inches deep, which is manageable to put a clean out, not that bad.
Okay.
A lot better than 6'1". So,
About twice as big.
a lot less cost. Okay. Continue to pull back. Another joint, that clay joint looks to be in pretty fair condition. So the clay in here may not be all that bad. We'll see what it looks like. We know that one area where we have that major offset we can't pass, that's a very large offset. Now here we got a pretty large root intrusion, but we don't know how big that feeder root is. If this was jetted out, it may not be that big, and the root X may help to maintain this for years and years.
Okay.
That joint looks good. I think most of the joints look pretty good until we get back toward the house. Little tiny bit of roots there. Joint still looks pretty good. Now we have a large root intrusion. That's a big nest right there. See where I told you we were holding water, it was stopped up? We poked that little tiny hole through it with the camera so it started draining.
Oh, so
Or
that,
it would have stopped up.
got it.
If somebody were using the showers or bathrooms, it would have been backing up into the house. So that's offset a tiny bit, but not bad. And then we got another large root intrusion right there too, at the top. And another one right behind it, the next joint. And now we're back to the cast iron. The cast iron is just outside here, right under the bush, where the big tree is, right to this side, the walkway side of that large tree.
Okay.
And then the rest of it's just cast iron coming back underneath the slab of the house. And we're coming back toward our clean out now. All of this looked to be in pretty fair condition. You got a little tiny bit of buildup in there, but not bad. Coming back and up and out of our clean out.
There's the wallpaper on.
This is too small. That laundry drain in there, in the wall.
Okay.
Shut that off.